Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Ethereum on a weekly time frame, and I just wanted to point out a few things that we are above the last weekly open. That's very good. As long as we close like this, we can look for the rebounds to continue next week. Maybe we'll get into this 200 EMA around 1600, and then if we can get even above that, we can look for higher. But first, being our level of resistance around 1600. And before that would be the 1400 previous high. One more thing I want to point out is on the EMAs, the 21 has crossed under the 55, and we are gunning for the 100. If we do lose the 100 EMA with the 21 EMA, I'm looking for the 200 to reject price action. We will roll back over, look for the bottom again, while the 200 comes to this 200, while this 21 EMA comes to this 200. So be prepared for that. Aside from that, here is what we're looking at. My drawings, corn, that moves everywhere. I am pointing out was the weekly, daily, monthly levels because we are opening the month. This 100 levels will stay above for the week. As long as we're above here, we can look at expecting on the frame. But since the weekly is support, we're holding here. If we lose this weekly, I'm looking for a bounce off the day. Worst case scenario, we have the monthly around 34. Before that level, 90, and then I had another. So we have two levels. All right, that's what I'm looking for. We get a 200, that's great. I'm looking for the bottom of the channel to get tested first, and then hopefully give us a bounce up. If not, the 200. Okay, that's what we're looking for as of right now on Ethereum on a weekly. Now, if you go to the daily, please bear with me, everyone, because my laptop is furious at me. Okay, so now as you can see in the daily, we are hitting into the 21 and finding a little bit of rejection. I actually took a short right here at around 1268, I believe it was. And I had the target of 1268 and 12, but I took it at 1268 before it hit the 4.12 extension. 4.236 extension, sorry. One more thing I want to point out is, and that trade, the picture of that entire chart is on our Discord group below. That area I want to show you because that was the extension. Okay, I showed 3.618 and the 4.232 extensions of the candle. You'll see all that on the Discord group, which is in the Discord. As of right now, looking for this to test lower. I want this to basically test the weekly open area or the equilibrium ish around like 1150. I'm looking for that 1150, 1140 retrace, and then I'm looking if that holds, we can go higher. If we lose those levels, then I'm obviously looking for the level lower to get tested. But this is a daily, okay? We need to close here for us to continue to lose rejection here. We're looking for our last low and then our equilibriums to be a level of support, such as over here, 1043 is the next level after 1143. I want 1144 area tested first, and hopefully that acts as support because that will give us a nice bounce up. And we'll continue this repeat bounce. So yeah, and then keep in mind, buy volume is going down on a daily. So this weekend rally could be all taken away on Monday when markets open. Just like, the market makers marked up price to get it nice and high for them to short, and all the FOMOers who are buying are filling their short bags to take it back down. But just be ready for this move down on Monday. I don't know if it goes straight up, but I'm ready. Either way, if we claim the go to the 200. If we can't get above, we're obviously looking to retest our low, our support, and then go up. And they have our extensions lower if it goes. So that is the plan. Go to the 4 hour real quick. And I took off all my doodles just for visibility's sake. I'll turn them back on in the 4 hours so you can just see what price action is actually trying to do. This descending action is being tested right now. Are we going to break out to the top? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Alright guys, as you can see now on the 4 hour, we are putting in a 21 and 25 and 21 support. So now if you get this retrace, we don't want the retrace to go to 25 EM. Such as right here, the 21, the 55, and the middle of the Bollinger Band. All three are seeing little support, which is also looking like our previous day low of 1200. I'm really sorry guys about my computer. I destroyed my laptop with coffee. I had to remove the battery of my Mac. When you remove the battery of the computer, the performance is extremely slow. And I don't know how I'm going to get another battery here in Puerto Rico, but I'm working on it, guys. So we'll be back to normal soon. But here we go on the 4 hour. We did get above the 21 transaction. So the one we controls our national target to take the liquidity out of and so now we this right. So this is all very possible. See that we can do that on the next pass. Yeah, we can get rejected on this first pass, but we'll probably get reaccumulated right on 28 around 115, and then take this back, take out this 100, and then we go over on the 100 after that. If we can't get above this 100 and we start finding this right here, and we start rolling down, well, we have our around 155 after that we have a decent size short, and it's about 50% in profit because I took 50x leverage. I'm considering closing it right now because this is jumping pretty hard. So this price action is delayed. It looks like this is frozen. Market just went to 1248 on Ethereum, and I shorted 1260. I'm gonna shave some of this off. I can go with the rest of this TA without freaking. Yeah, they're taking the liquidity out of those morning longers right now. Okay, so I have just taken my profits. I'll make it again. And I took my profits at 1246 from 1268, so about $20 with 50x leverage. It's not bad. So now, since I closed out everything to come down here like around 1200ish, I'll try to write it back up. We get back into this 1268, that we take the liquidity out, so I can read along. So we also get back to Bitcoin, and I'm not just myself, so I'm gonna do it with you guys because I've been trading Ethereum. Game is really gonna hurt some people. That was a very fast move down. I think Ethereum is going to find some support around 1200, 1220. I do think that we're going to go one more time a little bit higher because it looks like the 200 and 100 EMA are about to cross on like the lower time frames. We're getting sucked into that price action right now. This price is way above the cross, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so here's Bitcoin. Oh no, this is Ethereum on a weekly. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of doing similar things, and to know which one is leading, you can see how far we are away from the 200 on Ethereum. Pollination on Bitcoin. I am so sorry about this computer, guys. Oh my. So I just scooped up Ethereum at 1238 for a little bit of a long, and let's see how that goes for the rest of the day. And I did use 50x leverage, so I am being a little dangerous. Okay, so now as you can see here is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of doing the same thing, but Bitcoin found its support on the other EMA, and we're bouncing between the two EMAs. So if we can get to this 200 and then claim it, that's great. Right now we are losing the 100 on the 21. So Ethereum is officially a little bit stronger because this didn't happen on Ethereum, but Bitcoin already did it, and we are already getting our move down because of that. So I think we have to keep an eye on both of these assets relatively to see which one is actually moving forward. Because right now, Ethereum didn't show us an EMA that it bounced off of, but Bitcoin did. And if Bitcoin gets rejected off this 200, then Ethereum most likely will. This is all the way up here at 28K, 27K. So we have a room to go. It's like $7,000 in price action. But this move can happen, and it can happen very quickly. So be warned about that. Another thing is we are above our weekly levels, or we are fighting our weekly level. This is our weekly right here. So we are basically dancing around putting in another new low under the week. We need to close above 21,000. If we close under 21,000 today, we're going to be looking for new lows next week. If we close above 21,000, we can look for the reprieve bounce into this $7,000 area for Bitcoin. And yeah, that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin on a weekly is a little bit more simpler because that was a large move we had down, a little bit of a reprieve bounce to like 50% of that candle, which should be a logical realistic probability. So that's what we're looking for. As you can see right now on a daily, we are already rejection off the 21 because this weekend rally is coming to a close. And I think before CME opens, we're going to suck some of this liquidity back out before we try higher. So just look at how much volume is declining as we were rising. This is a bearish divergence on volume. So I'm looking for the retrace down, and then I'll pick that up. Also, all the EMAs are putting in bearish stances on a daily on Bitcoin. But that is giving me hesitation for upside. Also, I have not looked at this in a while. Even if we get above the 21, so much rejection on a 55, it's just cross the 2. This is the next layer. And then we can fire. We're going to have a lot of fighting to get up here. And if we get rejected here, you're going to hope that the 21 acts as support for the next try up. If we do the 21 after testing it here, they're going to sweep down and take all liquidity very, very hard, rough. So be warned about that, guys. Or are we looking at more fear and panic and high oil prices and Corona this and Ukraine that? So let's just be patient. South is okay, not to be false low or like higher. I think we move a little bit lower next week and grind out these lows until we come back to the upside. And keep in mind the month is about to be over, so it's going to change the month over here. That's going to offer other pressure points to the downside. So that's my assumption. Let's go with the 4 hour, and then I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Okay. Fun fact: I might be leaving one of my jobs, the one that has the most hours, that has me grinding like crazy. They are asking me to come to the States, and my wife works here, so I don't know if I'm leaving Puerto Rico. So I might leave my job. You guys will have a lot more time with me. Hey, check it out. So I'm trying to show you guys this, but of course my computer is dragging, and it's big. So I think I don't be suffering. Doesn't have a battery in it. It's a Mac, but prices fluctuate really quickly right now. So on the file, I'm showing you we can hold here, and then the next 4 opens above it. Then we can just into this 100 EMA around 22,500. Yeah, around 22,500, and then put in our rejection. If we get above there and claim it, then we can look for higher. But we have the point of control right over here. At around 23.5, yeah. So I think 23.500 and 22.500 are the next areas to look for resistance if we can claim above here. If we can't claim above this and you start rolling down, it's gonna be the best on Friday or on this Friday, Sunday, before season start. That is what I'm looking at today on Bitcoin video, guys. I hope everything goes smooth. Safe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell button for notifications so you get these real-time updates. Don't forget to go and join the Discord group, which is in the description below. Aside from that, if you have any other questions or concerns or assets you want me to cover, please leave it in the section below and I will get back to you ASAP. And that aside, I hope you guys are being very safe this weekend. Don't be using crazy leverage. I'm using crazy leverage, but I'm using very low liquidity, because I'm using the spot that I bought much lower, and I'm using that on high leverage, so it's kind of a win-win for me. But you guys, and I'm using it as a hedge, because I bought my spot, and I'm using high leverage for a short. So I'm basically locking in the gains if you roll over. My spot is not going to lose value, and my short will actually make me gain more value. Just keep in mind that Monday is going to be full of shenanigans. The way that this weekend was with price action, and then the way that Friday ended on a rally right before the end of the month, I feel that market makers are pushing up the price for a dead cat bounce so that retail flows into the markets and then has everything taken out of them by the end of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, you just see the whole thing roll over and just suck it back and make you lose. So be warned, guys. Do not fall for these mind games these guys are doing. Do not fall for these little